This three-alarm fire has already claimed the lives of 5 apartment building residents. Now, Philadelphia firefighters are searching the blackened, smoking shell for others. Deputy Fire Chief Andrew Rosini is the incident commander in charge.
When I arrived on the scene, I had taken command of the fire. We were searching the property for additional victims and also extinguishing the remnants of the fire.
Using flashlights, 14 firefighters work inside the building's charred remains. They use what are called fog lines to spray heavy clouds of mist. This fog pushes the thick gray smoke out of the windows. Everything seems to be under control, until a low groan rumbles from the smoldering building. Suddenly, the walls of the building collapse. Instantly, the firefighters' flashlights go out. In seconds, the 3-story row house disintegrates, trapping 6 of the firefighters in the rubble.
I said to myself, you have to maintain control. I requested 4 medic units and a full second alarm to set up and begin an extrication and rescue operation of our people. But one of the most important priorities was to get an accurate head count.
Commander Rosini remains calm and establishes a plan. He puts firefighter Lou Braston in charge of the rescue operation.
We immediately went into a rescue mode. We made a quick survey of the collapsed area, and I heard voices.
2 of the voices are veteran firefighters Jerry Reardon and Vincent Waters. They and 4 others are stacked on top of each other, all crushed beneath several hundred pounds of smoldering hot brick and roofing materials.
They were encountering superheated air and heavy smoke conditions.
Systematically, Braston and his crew make access holes in the roof, using specialized equipment to prevent further collapse. One by one, 4 of the firefighters are extracted. Everyone except Jerry and Vince.
Back it up! Back it up!
Rescuers are minutes away from getting them out, when suddenly a hot spot sends flames shooting up on the fallen roof that is pinning the men. The race to rescue the firefighters intensifies.
There were several factors to consider. One of them was the fire going to get to the firefighters who were trapped before we did?
Rosini orders water hoses strategically aimed at the burning hotspot.
It was a race against time. We made an access hole to where we thought the fire was under Jerry, and we applied an 1 3/4 water line in that area to try to extinguish those flames, or at least give Jerry a water shield or a water curtain until we could get to him.
The access hole works. The flare-up is out, and the rescue continues.
We start making the cuts with specialized tools that have depth gauges on them. So we have to be careful that we don't intrude on the void space that the victim's in, because we could possibly cut that.
Their tactics are precise and calculated. Within minutes, Vince is extracted and taken to the hospital. Amazingly, he is suffering only minor injuries. But firefighter Jerry Reardon is still trapped, and time is running out. It's now been over 30 minutes since a Philadelphia row house collapsed, burying firefighters under hundreds of pounds of smoldering rubble. The house crumbled while 14 men were inside. All have been rescued except firefighter Jerry Reardon. But now, communication with Jerry is faltering. His breathing has become short, and he is no longer responding to rescuers. The firefighters quickly but selectively remove the rubble from Jerry. Rescuer Lou Braston grabs Jerry's boots and pulls out the grateful firefighter. Carried away on a spinal board, Jerry is taken to the hospital, where his arm is treated for 2nd and 3rd degree burns. At the time of the collapse, firefighter Vince Waters was on the 3rd floor.
heard somebody say it's coming down, and at that point, the floor just fell from under us, and it was like a roller coaster ride straight down. I mean, I actually thought that this was the end of my life, and I didn't think I was going to make it through the night.
30 minutes later, Vince was rescued, but fellow firefighter Jerry Reardon was caught in an even more perilous situation. He was face down, crushed under the ceilings and floors, unaware a fire has just erupted below him.
Apparently I was on embers, my left arm, and as the time went on, I realized that I was getting burnt. The only extremity I could move was my right hand. The last few minutes before they got me out of there, I didn't know if I was going to come out of there alive or not. And I would honestly say at that minute, when they first pulled me out, and I got to see the most beautiful faces besides my wife and children, were the firemen that rescued me.
Fire marshals determined the fire which killed 5 residents was caused by faulty electrical wiring. Now, they wanted to know why the building collapsed. The investigation showed the century-old building was part of a complex of dilapidated row houses that shared common walls. Over the years, the other homes were demolished and rebuilt, but this one remained, and its walls were never properly reinforced. When the fire weakened the structure, the building's side wall was forced outward, initiating what's called a lean-to collapse.
The north wall of the property collapsed for its full height. As the wall falls, there's no support for the floors and roof of the property. So now they, in turn, collapse. But because they're hinged at the south wall, they come down at an angle. That void that is created there, that triangular void, we refer to as a lean-to collapse. And it's one of the places we look for survivors.
The resulting voids contained enough air for the trapped firefighters to breathe until help arrived. All throughout Philadelphia, dilapidated row houses like this one are being torn down to ensure accidents won't happen, allowing firefighters to concentrate on saving lives other than their own.
These guys I work with are the most highly trained, professional, and dedicated men I've had the pleasure to be in the company of.
Engine Company 16 is a tight-knit family, so it's no surprise how proud Vince and Jerry feel towards their rescuers, men who are also their friends.